Welcome everyone to episode 3 of Flashback Royal Rumble. Here I will be going over the 1990 Royal Rumble event that took place in January of 1990. Overall, this was another pretty good show. Again, just like the two previous ones, nothing really stood out in terms of groundbreaking stuff. There was a couple things that I liked about it. One of the things that I liked about this one was the submission match between Rugged Ronnie Garvin and Greg the Hammer Valentine. See, for weeks, Greg Valentine had been using the shin guard in his matches called the Heartbreaker. And he would use that to his advantage when he would do his figure 4 leg lock. And then when the match was set, during his feud with Ronnie Garvin, Garvin decided to use a shin guard of his own, called the Hammer Jammer. So these two shin guards would be playing off each other throughout the match, and it would turn out to be a very good match. Both these guys are very good workers, and I personally liked it. But what I didn't like about it was the numerous pinfall attempts that these two had done on each other. Now, this wasn't just one or just two in a match. No, it was several. And I'm sure two veterans like Garvin and Valentine would be aware of the rules of the match, or unless they got caught up in the moment and they just didn't know about it. But other than that, I really liked the match. I also liked the Royal Rumble match itself, which we'll get to next. Now, in this one, the number one entrant was the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Unlike the year before, when DiBiase actually bought out the number 30 spot, he didn't have that much luck this year, as he drew number one and he stayed number one. And it would turn out to be a good Rumble match for him because he actually lasted the longest in that Rumble, 45 minutes. It was a good showing on DiBiase's part, and it was definitely a good way for him to show his talent. And the winner of the 1989 Royal Rumble match would be WWF Champion Hulk Hogan. Of course, another great moment that came out of this match was the first confrontation between Hogan and then Intercontinental Champion The Ultimate Warrior. The fans were lighting up for this one. They were ready to see their two fan favorites go at it in this match. Excuse me. They were ready to see these guys just go at it in this match. And the fans just ate it up, thus setting up the ultimate challenge for WrestleMania 6. Now, according to various sources, I've heard that Mr. Perfect, who drew number 30 that year, that Mr. Perfect was actually scheduled to win the match. He was going to win the Rumble match, and he was going to go on to WrestleMania to challenge Hogan for the WWF title. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it was, that would have been great. It would have been great that Mr. Perfect would actually main event a WrestleMania. Of course, that didn't happen, and some say that Hulk Hogan xed that idea in exchange for Ultimate Warrior and Hogan at WrestleMania. Now, don't get me wrong, Hogan and Warrior was a great matchup, definitely one of the top 10, top 5 WrestleMania matches of all time. But to me, it would have been just as great to have Mr. Perfect in the WWF title match challenging Hulk Hogan. Maybe he would have won. Maybe Hogan would have passed the torch to Hennig instead of passing the torch to Warrior. Now, some might imagine what would happen if the torch was passed down to Mr. Perfect. Well, that's a question I'll leave you viewers to comprehend. But anyway, overall the show was pretty good. Once again, the Rumble match is just a novelty act, just to have it there. There's nothing that's at stake, no meaning to it whatsoever. But overall, it was a pretty good show. The couple of matches that were there, some of them were good, some of them were not so good. But those were my favorite moments. I'm pretty sure you have yours. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at JJMWWE89. That'll do it for this episode. Next time, I will be reviewing the 1991 Royal Rumble event. And until then, Take care, y'all.